AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal.
Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. Great game yesterday in the FA Cup. I absolutely loved it. Down there at Portsmouth, I haven't been there for a very long time. And the atmosphere was great. Proper old school football match in England. English football at its best. Old school ground, 20,000, packed to the rafters, pouring down with rain, swirling rain. So a little bit of a leveller to help out the championship team in Portsmouth. And they got off to a great start. They went 1-0 up, and the atmosphere in the stadium, obviously you can imagine it was absolutely rocking there. But then Arsenal, the old reliable set pieces, got us back in business. Listen, I thought it was a decent performance by Arsenal. You know what I mean? Some nice patterns of play in the game. We should have had more. We should have been, by half time, we should have been 3-1 up. The penalty by Madueke was terrible, right? But got the job done, 4-1 winners. And the best thing about the whole thing was that Arsenal were able to rest 9 players. No Declan Rice, no Saka, no Timber from the start. So they're able to give those players a rest, but still put out a really strong team, which again is testament to the excellent squad that Arsenal have got. And when you think about it, remember that that's a squad that's still missing Calafiori. Hincapié was out. Mosquera was out. Max Dowman, who's been figuring in some of these games early in the season, he's still out injured. So imagine when all of those players come back, Arsenal can still rotate in his competitions and put out a really strong team. And that bodes well for the amount of games that we have coming up. Obviously, we got a game on Wednesday, Carabao Cup semi-final. We then got, the Premier League at the weekend against Forest away. Then got to go away to Inter Milan in the Champions League. So games coming thick and fast. And having a really good squad is really, really important. And one of those squad players that played yesterday, who I thought had a really good game, really impressive, looked sharp, despite the fact that he's hardly played this season, was Nwaneri. In from the start, played really, really well. They brought him off near the end, but obviously he's hardly played, so it would have been tiring. But I thought he had a really, really good game. Loved the way he was picking up the ball and carrying it. Good passing, looked after the ball well. And obviously there's been lots of rumours around him this month that he could be moving out. Bournemouth, Brentford, 2 clubs really interested in signing him on loan until the end of the season. Said to be other Premier League clubs interested, as well as clubs abroad interested in taking him on loan. However, a lot of the talk around today is that he wants to stay at Arsenal and fight for his place and be in and around the first squad until the end of the season. Now, has he been given, been told by the manager that, listen, you're going to figure a lot more in the second half of the season? I don't know. But that is the talk today, that he could stay this January transfer window, be in and around the squad, play games, get squad time, and not leave. So, interesting. Going to be interesting to see what Arsenal decide to do. But certainly, still being in the FA Cup, having an Nwaneri to play in these games is good. So let's see how that one pans out this January transfer window. This was a surprising one. Being reported heavily today. Football Insiders are the main source saying this is an exclusive, that Everton would like to sign Ben White. Now, Ben White, who also came in yesterday in that FA Cup game, also again, for a player that's been out injured, looks sharp. He's had injury problems this season. Obviously, he's fallen a bit down the pecking order when it comes to that right-back position. It's been Jurrien Timber's position. But when Ben White's come in, he's done very well, and he's a very important player, I think, in the Arsenal team. Can play right-back, can play centre-back, and has a lot of experience. But Football Insiders claiming that Everton are very interested in signing him this month. They've got a problem at right-back. Obviously, they're missing defensive players as well. Noah Jared Branthwaite, he's out long-term. Seamus Coleman out long-term as well. And they really are looking at that right-back position. Ben White, however, contracted to Arsenal till 2028. And he's said to have like an option for an extension on that. Would Arsenal be willing to sell or even let him go out on loan? I very much doubt it. I mean, he's an important member of the squad. As I said, very, very experienced. I know there's been these rumours of Tino Livramento. But the Tino Livramento rumours, despite the fact that I do think Arsenal are interested in a player like Livramento, I don't see Arsenal trying to make a move for a Livramento until at least the summer. That's just my opinion. So why would they move on Ben White? And as I said, he's a very important member of the team. But Everton like him. I mean, I guess the only thing you could say is that if he went to Everton, he'd start week in, week out. We're in a World Cup season, and players want to be playing. If you want to get into that World Cup squad, you've got to be playing on a regular basis. And Timber is the number one right now in that right back position. But, you know, that's the only way I could see Ben White himself probably wanting to go to an Everton. But if you stay at Arsenal, you're going to get game time. As I said, there's lots of games, Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Premier League, squad rotation. I see no reason why Ben White would want to leave, but it's one of the rumours today, Football Insider saying Everton very interested in trying to sign him. Now, here's another rumour that I saw this one today and I'm like, yeah, but it's a rumour. You know what we do on this show? We report these rumours. Fijazes, which is a publication over there in Spain and also Caught Offside, claiming that both Chelsea and Arsenal are interested in signing Vinicius Jr. of Real Madrid. That would be a mega signing. Watched him last night, actually scored a brilliant goal for Real Madrid in the Super Cup final there over in Saudi, which they lost 3-2 to Barcelona. But Vinicius Jr. himself in the game was very, very good. And you can see that he's still an unbelievable player. He's still only 25. He's been having a really mixed season. Clashes with his own fans, clashes with opposition managers. I saw his clash with Diego Simeone. He has a real sort of weird relationship with the Real Madrid fans and with fans over there in Spain. Could he be looking and saying to himself, time for something new, something fresh? I don't know. But according to Figueres, they claim that Chelsea are willing to pay £130 million to get him away from Real Madrid. They said that Arsenal also eyeing a move as well. They're showing an interest as well. Of course, listen, we always say could do with a new left winger, maybe in the summer. He's the ultimate left winger. I mean, he's an absolutely brilliant player. Should have won the Ballon d'Or the year before. As we know, didn't get it, but he's an unbelievable player. But would Arsenal go in and pay that amount of money for Vinicius Jr.? Listen, certainly, Vinicius Jr. on the left, Saka on the right. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But a rumour at the moment, I'm just looking at this as exactly that. A rumour. But they're going with it today. Vinicius Jr. Would you like to see Vinicius Jr. at Arsenal? Want to hear from you guys today. Could you see that? We know that Arsenal now, they're spending money. They've spent £100 million on Declan Rice. They will have money available again in the summer. They will probably be looking to upgrade on that left wing. Should Arsenal go all out and try and get a Vinicius Jr., especially if he's going to be on the move? Let me know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. This one, a bit more realistic. A Brazilian that's a bit more realistic is Bruno Biden. I've been talking about it right throughout the transfer window. The 20-year-old central midfielder plays for Corinthians over there in Brazil. Lots of rumours that Arsenal over the recent days have made contact with Corinthians just to understand how any deal would work. They are interested in signing him this January. We know, as I've been saying constantly on the show, Arsenal on the lookout for talent. And he, at 20 years old, is seen as a big talent coming out of Brazil. So one to keep an eye on. Bruno Biden, over there in Brazil from Corinthians. Arsenal made contact about a possible deal this January transfer window. Those are the rumours for today. Don't forget to check out all of our interviews from the game yesterday against Portsmouth. And, of course, We're looking ahead to the big one on Wednesday. It's the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, first leg at Chelsea. We're going to be all over it here on AFTV. Make sure you check out Forever Arsenal previewing that game. Also, all our previews with regards to that game. Big game coming up against Chelsea. Thanks for watching the show. I'll see you tomorrow.